everyone, welcome back or welcome. My name's Amy and today I want to do a little recap of my 2024 no buy. I will be continuing on a no buy slash low buy for 2025. We'll get into all that. I thought first I would go over the little bits of empties I end up having since our last update, which I think was like August maybe. I really didn't have anything to come on and talk about, so I just didn't update. So I finally finished my Pharmacy Feeling Good hyaluronic acid. Yes, new background. I'm hoping with having to use my ring light, because the natural light was washing me out as well, so I thought if I had a black background maybe that would soak up some of the light. So hopefully you are able to see the products I'm showing. I feel like when I get closer it washes out more, but it's the Pharmacy Feeling Good and it is empty, and I loved this stuff, loved it. But I have so many serums and hyaluronic acid stuff that I can't justify paying for this right now. Plus it's expensive. There could be a cheaper version of the goodness of this, so we'll see. But yeah, that is on my to buy in the future if I can't find something cheaper. I also finished my Pharmacy Green Clean in this little mini. This stuff is nice and I love the smell of it. This is the original. I just don't know if it's a worthy step in my collection, in my skincare, because I feel like I don't know, it just doesn't feel like I can get it all off once I do wash my face after using this stuff. So maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. I know so many of you love this product, but I don't know. I think I enjoy the smell and the fact that it breaks down all my makeup without using a makeup wipe. And then I just do my usual cleansing and all the steps after. But sometimes I feel like I couldn't get all of this product off my face when I did my other cleanser. So I don't know. I don't think I'd ever buy a full size, but if I get like a free gift with purchase with one of these small things, I'll definitely use it. But I don't think I'd ever go out and buy it. Don't hate me. I also finished this, I don't know if it's a deluxe size, travel size, but it's the Kate Somerville Delicate Recovery Cream. I use it as a moisturizer. I really liked this. I liked the smell. It's completely empty. Completely empty. So I might see how much this is, if it's even available anymore. The Gentle Kate line. I think it is, because it was pretty popular. But I wish I would have used this sooner so I could have known how good it was. But yes, I have a lot of moisturizers in my collection, so I can't go out and buy anything yet. But it's definitely on my wish list after I get through all of my skincare that's ridiculous. Lastly, I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Bright Brow Gel. This took me forever, and it's just a small guy. It took me forever, but I loved this stuff. Loved it. Right now I'm using the what are you called? Nude Skin. What is the name of this stuff? Oh, it's just eyebrow stylist pencil and gel. I don't use the pencil. It's really waxy and tugs, but the gel side, oof, It's nice, but it's not as nice as this. Like, yeah, I don't know. This stuff, I feel like there's no budge. But again, I have other gels I need to get through before I can go and buy a new one. All right, now I feel that doing a no buy. Now my no buy was just for makeup. So we're just talking about makeup, skincare, that kind of a thing. I struggled in the beginning. Like, I wanted to buy all the things, but I didn't. I had a lot of friends that would talk me out of it, tell me to go use my makeup and all of that. And it did help. When I started using my makeup, I didn't feel the need to go and buy something else and bring something new in. I did have that caveat where I could buy the monthly Sydney Grace bundle, but I only did it for January and February, and then I just didn't feel like the little bundles that they're putting out was things I needed, and then I just started forgetting to even check what they had each month. So yeah, I only brought in 2 bundles of eyeshadow singles, and sometimes they'd have like a blush or a highlighter in there too. Um, I have some notes. I did allow myself to take declutters and gifts, and I did end up bringing in a lot of eyeshadow, not even thinking about the fact that I already had a ton. But eyeshadows are such, I don't know, like, I have a hard time saying no to eyeshadow. I don't think it's as hard now for me as it was in the beginning. Like, I slowly started realizing, or maybe my mindset just changed. I haven't touched probably even half my eyeshadow palette collection. I probably only have touched 10% of my eyeshadow singles. So when I started trying to get through some of those, and then I was realizing it was taking me so long to get through that, and I still have so much to go through, that I realized I need to not take any more declutters or gifts when it comes to eyeshadow, because that collection, that part of my collection is so out of hand that in 2025 I have a strict no buy on singles, and I'm allowing myself to get 2 palettes in the year. Like, I'm going to try with only bringing in 2 palettes, but there is no instant shopping. Like, there's not going to be any more impulse buying. Like, I need to stop, look at my collection, see if I have things like it. I need to watch a few videos of people swatching and putting them on their eyes, because I learned that the wish list I had for palettes this year, once I watched videos or sat on it and thought about, like, do I want that? Is there enough in that palette that's unique to what I like, to my collection? And it was always a no. So yeah, I learned a lot about my collection. I learned a lot about not using shopping for eyeshadow as a therapy mechanism or whatever the word is. So I learned a lot. Like, I learned a lot about myself, and I realized that I actually don't need anything makeup wise or skincare wise. There's no need. I could go for probably 3 to 5 years and not need to replace anything. So I am continuing my no buy on makeup, and it's also for eyeshadows and singles. And I kind of allowed myself to have singles come in, But again, most of it came as a declutter because I was really focusing on I needed to save money. I need to not be spending money because I was the only income for most of the year. Um, so that helped. And I think having that, basically handcuffing myself, um, helped me not hit the trigger of buying stuff. I still looked for a while, and it got really hard to resist. So I removed myself from all of the brand emails. I removed most of the brands off of Instagram. I ended up stop visiting Instagram because even the people I follow were bringing in a lot of beautiful eyeshadows that it was a trigger for me. And I was like, I want it, and I know I can't have it, blah, 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 you know. Like, poor me. I have like 300 eyeshadow palettes, but I don't have that one, you know, that ridiculousness. And if you have a huge collection and you're okay with that, lovely, wonderful. Have fun with it. For me, it becomes overwhelming. It's I start feeling guilty that things are just sitting there and not getting used, and I have a really hard time. I have decision fatigue. I can't go and look at a drawer of highlighters, blushes, eyeshadow, and make a freaking decision because I get overwhelmed. I start getting anxious. And then I'm just like, never mind, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to wear makeup. And so I need to get my collection down so I don't have that silly reaction to my makeup collection. I want to love my makeup collection. I want to think of like, oh, I can't wait to go through my drawers and do a little shop my stash and, you know, actually know what I own and what I love, because I want my collection to be just the things I love. They work perfectly for me. I don't want to have to work at it. I don't want to have any struggles or having to mix anything. I want it to just work. There's no need for me to have all this makeup and I'm having to figure out how to make it work. So I have people to pass my makeup on to, and until I don't, I'm going to just be letting things go and not try to make it work. It's still going to take me a couple years to get this collection down, and I'm trying to be okay with that. I have friends that remind me, you know, it took me this long to get mine where it is. Don't feel bad. Don't overthink it, you know, and I appreciate you who have helped me with this. You all know who you are. I wouldn't have survived my no-buy without you. Um, I appreciate all the declutters that I got and the gifts. Um, it actually helped me from going out and buying things. So I definitely appreciate those friends of mine who reached out and were like, would you like this? I'm going to get rid of it. Or just surprised me with an eyeshadow palette, you know, and or like other makeup stuff. It helped. Like randomly, I was going for like 2 or 3 months not buying anything, but that itch was getting there. I was like, oh, I need something new. And then there would be a declutter that I took in, and it took care of that needing to buy something. I will not allow that next year. It will be very difficult. I do have a caveat for declutters. If it's a palette that is no longer being sold and it would be unique to my collection, I will take it. But it's going to be another one of those. You have to stop, you have to check your collection, make sure it's going to bring something to my collection and not just another sit in my drawer. So that is the only caveat I'm having for declutters. I'm not taking any makeup items. I'm not taking any skincare. It's just eyeshadow palettes. I'm not allowing myself any more singles either. Unless someone wants to give me some Davina or what's the other one? Cleona. I don't have those in my collection. I'd be happy to, but I don't think anybody, not a soul, is out there decluttering those eyeshadows. So I don't see that happening at all. And I'm having so much trouble speaking this morning. I feel very off. Like everything's very heavy. I have fibromyalgia. I have rheumatoid arthritis. So this is just one of those things where everything is feeling very heavy and like my hands are barely working this morning. Like eating breakfast was fun. I could barely grip my fork this morning. And I'm finding that my brain and my mouth are not working together. Love that. So please just, bear with me. I know it's probably like annoying to you guys. Anywho, so I did write down the only, and I only bought 5 to 6 makeup products through the whole year. Now, if y'all been with me, in a month, I was bringing in full buckets worth of makeup. I have the hauls on my low buy 2023 videos. So 5 items out of the whole year. I think that was like, way to go, Amy. And none of them were impulse buys. I got the first 2 bundles of the Sydney Grace, January and February. I end up getting that. Do I still have it over here? I usually keep it in my, yeah, it's not in here. I keep it in my, my purse. I bought a Pat McGrath lipstick from TJ, so it was super cheap, and it was like the perfect color. My aunt and I both use it. That's why it stays in my purse. So like when we're out and we need to put some lipstick on, it's one of those balmy ones. What else did I get? So that was, for Black Friday, you guys, I told myself Black Friday I can buy whatever. And I said that early on in the year. And then when it was getting closer to Black Friday, I was like, I only want to get 2 palettes. That's it. 2 eyeshadow palettes. And I don't need anything else. I wrote down the eyeshadow palettes I wanted to buy. One was the Speakeasy Chicago Nomad palette. And one was Inslee Rain. And there was like 3 different palettes I was like trying to choose from. The Natasha Denona, is it Rekka, the purple palette. So I went through a deep dive of tutorials, swatches. Thank you, YouTube, for having all that stuff. And just kept checking off, nope, I don't need that one. Nope, I don't need that one. Nah, I don't need that. So in hindsight, most of the palettes in my collection are probably bought because it was the new exciting thing, or it had beautiful packaging, and that's why I just went, yes, I have to have it, and then I'd get it and it would sit in the drawer. So that's a huge mind change difference now in my thinking when it comes to makeup. So I didn't get any eyeshadow palettes. I was looking at, I think it was the Bliss tinted SPF. And I think it went down to like $13 or something. And I'm like, ooh, I should get that off of Amazon. And I asked Kim, Teacher Loves Beauty, I'm like, should I get it? And she's like, well, you do have a lot of SPF you were saying you need to get through. And then she's like, and you do have a lot of tinted moisturizers. I'm like, yeah. And then I was like, but I don't have a tinted SPF, And then she was like, well, that's true. But then I thought, what if I don't choose the, like, what if that lightest shade isn't light enough for me? And then I'm stuck with this SPF I can't actually use. So I talked myself out of it, which again, I was very proud of. I ended up wanting like all of these Urban Decay eyeliners because, you know, we know they're the best eyeliners out there, but they're expensive. Well, they went down, I think it was $12. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get, like, I want two different greens and I want, crap, I don't even remember. There was another color. Well, I only got one, and it's this one, and it's the, I think I got the Mildew. Hat green? Yeah, I got Mildew. So I still have it in the box. I wanted to show you before I'm sure you've all seen it. Yeah, I don't, like, I swatched all of my eyeliners and I took a picture of them, and I did not have this shade. And I love green. You guys, you guys know I love green and I love purple. I'm still, oh, and by the way, I know this probably still looks like a lot, but they used to be all the way up here. I decluttered a ton because they were too dry, they were tuggy, they were old and didn't really swatch anymore. So I'm putting my green in here now, but I only have 3 other greens, and it's like a turquoise, I don't even know what this MAC one is. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of a turquoise green, but it looks like it shouldn't be. I have like two of the, here, let me just, see, this is more of a true turquoise. This is a matte turquoise from Makeup Geek. And then I have like an evergreen. Oh, well, wouldn't you know it, it snapped. ColourPop. I'm not buying ColourPop eyeliners anymore. So those are my greens. And they're all different from each other. I still would like to get a light green, but I just don't see them out there. But yeah, I'm very happy to have that new one in my life. I do need to find, so if you guys know of any, I need to find like a rose gold and I kind of want like a ballerina pink. And then I need a lavender. I have this NYX one that's a dark. I've got, yeah, I have like are these the same? Are you the same? Yep, I got 2 of the same. I have this rose gold from NYX. It's called Bijou. But it's not, it's like dark. I want a rose gold that is, here, I'll show you the one I'm looking for. And the reason I'm wanting to replace it is because I just used it in my waterline. Come here, ColourPop, Bambi, there you are. I have to literally take it out because the sharpening part is too big. So I have to, let's see if I can do this without breaking it. This is why I need to replace it because, just broke. Just broke. I have to take it out of the packaging to try and put it on my eyes. So this is the color I'm looking for. It's like a light, like, see, this is supposed to be a rose gold, but it's very cool toned and dark. Like, I would say that's more of like a mauve than a rose gold. And then this one is like what I'm like looking to replace, but not from ColourPop. Hopefully you can see it so you can like help me find it. So yeah, I'm looking for a lavender, which, oh yeah, I had to throw away my Essence one. It dried up on me. My other Essence that I have, I had just as long and no issue. So I guess it's because it had sparkly, like it had a shimmer to it. Maybe that's what made it dry out. Sorry for the whole eyeshadow detour. I'm not eyeshadow, but eyeliner detour. But I wanted to show you why I wanted to buy that. I wanted to get Overdrive, but I feel like Overdrive is kind of like my Kelly Green one, maybe. So I only went with one, and there was plenty of things I could have bought, but I didn't. And then I ended up seeing that the Inslee Rain came out with these 6-pan cute woodland creature like eyeshadow palettes, and they don't have small palettes. They're the big ones, and they're so expensive. And I wanted to try Inslee Rain. I found out things about the company I do not agree with. Now, all companies, all corporations are shady, are doing things that are not right, because that's the way the business world works. It's how can I make money without having to put out the money, kind of a thing. Or I'm going to use these people to sell my product and then like throw them to the side. I hear Inslee Rain's customer service is shit. I've heard they've done some not kind things to the influencers they had, and then whatever. You can do your own research, but that made me not want to buy one of their palettes, one of their big palettes. And I felt like 25% off of one of their palettes wasn't enough. That's a lot of money. When I saw the 6-pans, I was gonna go buy them. But I was waiting. I was like waiting to like, I didn't want to like do an impulse buy. I watched Amy Loves, I think it's Amy Loves Makeup. I can't remember. She did a whole swatch party of all 4 palettes. I thought for like have to have the Fox palette. Now the colors, I wanted the 2 special shades. The rest of the palette I could care less about. And I absolutely love foxes. So that was what was pulling me towards it. But again, I'm like, Amy, you can like take a picture of the palette and look at it. You don't need to own it. Well, Ice Cream Beauty Box for December had one of the Inslee Rain palettes in it. And I'm like, well, that's just $25, the whole box. And you can choose 2 things that you want in the box now. So I signed back up and I chose my 2 things. And I was really happy with my whole box. But I bought it because it had the cute little bunny, what do they call this one? Happy Go Lucky Inslee Rain palette. Now, I haven't put this on my eyes yet, but I have definitely swatched them all, and I am so excited to use this. I'm hoping you're able to. Okay, so sorry about that. My camera turned off for some reason, and to be honest, I hit record, did a whole other half of this video, went to go edit, and the second half is corrupted. So we're gonna try to finish this video up. I'm probably gonna miss all the spiel I did because I went on and on. Anyways, so I was showing you the Happy Go Lucky Inslee Rain palette. I'm hoping you can see the colors. I'm still struggling with lighting and trying to show you what palettes look like or what swatches look like. I will do some swatching, and then if I need to, I'll take a picture and pop it in. I will say the two special shades in here, they're beautiful, but they're no different than any other brand that has like duochromes and multichromes, toppers, all those things. I have learned that most of these brands, indies, basically indies have the best shimmers and duochromes and all that. Well, guess what, guys? Most of them are all the same. So this did help me to know that I don't need to go buy the Inslee Rain palettes, though they do have beautiful curated color stories. I will say the mattes are so pigmented and so soft, like silky, and that's beautiful. I love that. But the two shimmer, like, this is a topper, a multichrome, maybe multichrome. Beautiful topper. You probably can't even see what it's doing. And then this other one, maybe a duochrome or maybe just a beautiful shimmer, which it's a color I love. Like this whole color story I love. I'm hoping you're seeing this, but I have no glasses on, so I can't tell. But I will take a picture and pop it in. I'm glad I have this. I can't wait to put it on my eyes. Would you want me to do a video using this palette? Or are you okay with just hearing my thoughts once I've used it? You let me know. Crap, I don't remember all the stuff I went on and on about. So that was all that I brought in 2024. I don't remember all the stuff I was talking about, and I was making all these points, like how my mind has changed and all of that, and I don't remember anything I said now. So basically, oh, I know what I didn't cover in the first half. I want to be more aware of what I bring in to my house. It's no longer just about makeup. It's about everything. I am a collector in all freaking categories. And my aunt is too. And it's horrible for two collectors to be in one house, okay? So we're gonna do as much as we can, pull ourselves back and not bring in so much. We're both diehard Disney fans, and being collectors and being in a city where Disney is at your fingertips. I live in Florida. I'm now 45 minutes from Disney, but I used to be like 15. So we've got a lot of Disney in our house, and it's getting to the point where it's like, where are we going to put it? We both love coffee mugs, and we used to collect them, and anywhere we'd go, we'd both get a coffee mug. And then like it started getting to where we go to TJ's, and if there was a Disney or a Care Bear or any kind of nostalgic coffee mug, had to have. We have so many cups, they're now sitting on the countertop. Not cute. So I am going to have to go through them, put away I have some old ones from like Disney. I have one from 1978, okay? So it's like I have some from when my my mom took me to Disney when I was 6 months old. So we have things from basically the, you know, since birth. Um, and I have a Garfield mug. I have another one that's from like my childhood that didn't get broken. Like most of them got broken, but those don't even get used. They're just sitting in the cabinet. I either need to move them into one of the, they're not used for China, but one of those kind of cabinets. We have one, but it has all of our Disney statues and stuff in it. So I've always said that we need to get the corner ones, and we need one for like near the dining room or something, in the dining room or something, where it has all of our collectible cups that we don't use anymore. I have tea sets, even not Disney, but well, I have one Disney. I have an Alice in Wonderland teapot and teacups and saucers and stuff. And then I have like actual my grandmother's tea set china, and then I've got one that I was given to from my stepmother, and then I have one that I bought myself. So I'm all about tea parties. I love them. I usually go to them, and I keep thinking I'm gonna have my own tea party, but I don't have enough people in my life that like tea. So I need to get like a cabinet to put all those into, and just like leave it in the dining room. You can look at it. And then like the rest of them, I need to put into storage, which is like, why have them if they're gonna go to storage? Because they're collectibles. So yeah, we need to get out of that too. Like we need to stop bringing that shit in. We both are crafters, and we have yarn coming out of our ears. So we both agreed we're not bringing in any more yarn. We need to use what we have before we bring more in. I pretty sure had only crocheted 3 days out of 2024. I've got a cardigan that I started 3 years ago that is never going to get finished at this rate. My aunt has half an Afghan made, and then she has like 4 others. Like she's got the yarn and patterns to do them, but she's still working on the same Afghan for the last 2 years. So yeah, we are not bringing in any more yarn. I have other crafting things that I have that I do not need to bring in any more supplies. I've gotten into journaling, even more so than I was before. I took a big break from journaling, and then I just got into it, and I started buying all the supplies. Bought all the supplies, got all excited in January of 2024, and then nothing. Didn't do it anymore. In November, I decided to set up my new reading journal, and I've got this really great setup. I used it for November and December. I have my January ready. I think I will be able to keep this up because I have all the supplies now. I have a simple but cute setup layouts that I think will make it easy for me to update every month, and will make me actually use it throughout the whole year. I also really want to get into junk journaling or scrapbook journaling. I wanted to do a daily journal. I've already failed on that, and I kick myself for it. I get mad at myself because there's all these thoughts in my head, and I need to just write them down. But my journal is probably this size, and it's hard to carry around because I have a happy planner journal. It's actually happy notes. So I've written in it once. I've had plenty of things happen since November that I could have put in there, but I didn't. I'm also using it as a gratitude journal. Used it once for gratitude. And I also want to use it as like a scrapbooking, like when I go to the theme parks, when I go on vacation, I want to put like pictures and, you know, all that, but it's just not happening. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but I definitely want to get into junk journaling. I'm gonna like call it junk journaling scrapbooking, because I'm probably also gonna throw some pictures in there and then like build the theme around that. But I think that'd be a great uh, creative outlet. I started getting into making pins, like writing pins. Not this, but like a writing pin, and I give those away once I make them. My dad's like, you could totally make money off of that. I'm like, but I don't want to. I don't want to have any pressure. I'm gonna buy the supplies, make the pins, give them away. Seeing the excitement from someone that's like the waitresses we have, or when I go on the Disney cruises, I call it pixie dusting. I do it at the parks as well. So it's like, it's a free item that was therapeutic for me to put together, and I get joy out of giving them away. So we buy supplies for that probably 3 times a year. We just started doing it this year. So we do it for Halloween. I did it for Christmas, but my supplies were crap, so I ended up not being able to make any. And I should have returned it, but there are parts of it that I can use, so I kept it. And then I have some coming today that are like spring colors. We're going to use some of that for the February cruise I'm going on. So that's stuff that I will bring in as needed. I'm not overboard with those yet. I did pull out my old jewelry boxes that I used to make jewelry. I used to make bracelets, earrings, and rings. My hands can't handle it anymore, but I have all these beads that could be used for the pins. So I pulled those out so I can get use out of the things I have. But there are certain things that I need to buy, like the pins. Once I've built all the pins and I need to make more, I have to buy the pin set where you have to build onto it. But I don't go overboard on that. I buy as needed. Um, I bought a bunch of cross stitch and I didn't do a single one in 2024. I haven't cross stitched since I was a teenager, but I want to. I'm just a little scared to start because the cross stitches I have aren't stamped. You have to do the whole bending it, finding the middle, starting it thing. I'm waiting for Kim, Teacher Loves Beauty, to come visit so I can start that. She's planning to visit me in 2025, and I'm going to be visiting her late 2025. So hopefully in that I can finish at least one small cross stitch. I'm not allowed to bring any more cross stitch into my house. No more yarn. I really don't need any more journal stuff, but if I find myself not having my monthly spread, like I don't have all the things I need with how I'm doing it so far, I will go on to the Etsy shop that I buy from and get just that month. Like I have February stuff from the past that I can just use. I think I have March, but I don't have, I have April too. But like for the summer, I don't have any like stuff that I can use for those spreads. So I'll probably end up buying her already put together monthly spreads for those months. But they're like 3 something. So at least I'm bringing it in and I'm going to use it immediately. That is okay. It's the just buying shit because, oh, it's so pretty. Oh, I'll use that. I'll use that at some time. Probably won't use it anytime this year. You know, that kind of thing. That's not happening anymore. No. What else am I? Oh, I'm not. I brought in a lot of books in the beginning of the year. I'm finding I'm not loving physical books to read them. They're heavy, they're hard to hold. I've tried all the contraptions, wasted money on those. I enjoy audiobooks and I enjoy Kindle because the Kindle I can make it as big as I want, and you can find a lot of free ones, a lot of free books. So I have 3 book boxes: Fairy Loot, Illumicrate, and Book of the Month. Though the Book of the Month now has audio, I might end up doing audiobooks from them instead of physical. I'm gonna see how it works. I'm gonna do it in January and see how it works. Last month I only got 1 book because I'm like, I don't want physical books. I do love the ones I get from Fairy Loot and Illumicrate. They're gorgeous. They have sprayed edges, and then you get all these little extra goodies in the bag, like coffee mugs. Do I have one? No. Um, Journaling things for reading journals, bookmarks. It's everything. Like I got a blanket in December. Stencils for my journal. Like I had all this beautiful stuff that are related to books that they've given to us in the past. So it's like, oh, this is cool. You know, I love it. And it's very difficult to get off the waiting list. So I'm not going to stop those. I enjoy those boxes. I use the things that I get. Um, so yeah, I'm going to keep those, but I won't probably be buying any books. I'm just going to continue. I have Audible, so I can use my credits for an audiobook. You can also get them from Libby, which I have one right now that I'm listening to off of Libby. I do the same for the Kindle. Like I have Kindle Unlimited, so I can get tons of books from there. I get them from my Libby app. So I don't see any reason for me to spend money on physical books. There might be a few, there's collectible books that I want. Like, I will be getting, I already ordered it. I ordered it months ago. The next Fourth Wing book is coming out in January, and I will get the physical books of that because I already have the series as a hardback, and I want to keep it that way. And those books are going nowhere in my collection. I already read the first 2 twice. So with this 3rd book coming along, I'm probably going to reread them. So I just love them so much. And there's other books that I don't have the full series because they're not out yet, that I'm going to continue buying those series, but I'm also not going to buy them as soon as they come out because you know they'll go on sale. So there's those kind of things, but I'm trying to be more thoughtful, I guess, of the things I'm bringing in. It's no longer just, oh, I love it, it's pretty, we have to have it. It's more of, do we have a place for it? Is it a necessary, like none of it's necessary. Is it something that's going to bring you joy, not just the excitement of buying it, but actually using it or reading it or doing something with it? That kind of a thing. I hope that makes sense. I will not be taking in declutters. The only caveat to that is if someone is decluttering a eyeshadow palette that is no longer being sold and it's unique to my collection, I can say yes. But I have to pause and go look into my collection and see if it's anything like what I've already owned. Otherwise, I have to say no. And it's going to be hard. It will be hard on me, but I know I can do it. I took in too much. I love everything I got, but it's not helping me dwindle down the collection. All I really want is to love my makeup collection. I want to have touched everything. I want to do this makeup look and I know exactly what I need to go grab. You know, that's what I need. That's what I want. I don't want decision fatigue to go over to the drawers, get so worked up and anxious about it and decide not to wear makeup at all. That happens way too often. So yeah, I don't want that. Right, I already went over that. So yeah, I think I covered everything. I'm probably gonna do quarterly updates. And if I have empties, because as you notice, these were months of empty. Like I finished these things, and it took months for me to get some empties. So it's like there's no point of coming on every month going, oh, I don't have any empties. Oh, I didn't buy anything. I basically just want to like put it out there. So if I do break my no buys and stuff, I have to come to you and tell you. And I'm not gonna enjoy doing that. So yeah. And then like in quarterly, I'll have empty so I can show you that. And then maybe I'll also use it as like, if I don't have anything else to talk about, I could always use it as like, oh, I'm loving this right now, or loving, I'll figure it out. But I'm very proud of what I've done in 2024 with the no buy. Now I'm gonna have to go the next level and not just make it one category. It's gonna be all the categories of my life. No more buying clothes. I love graphic tees. I go crazy, but I have a full dresser of just Universal and Disney t-shirts. That's the girl needing more t-shirts. My closet has Bookish and just like Lord of the Rings band t-shirts. Like they have all those kind of like shirts in there. I don't need any more. I actually don't have room for any more. So I need to stop that. Stop bringing those in. So yeah, I just want to be pulling back my spending, my shopping habits in all categories. And for those of you who have been trying to do a no buy and you keep telling yourself I'm failing and I'm never gonna get to not, having a successful no buy, don't beat yourself up. The last 2 years, 2022 and 2023, were complete failures on a low buy. If you go back and watch my 2023 low buy, you will see I was bringing in buckets and buckets of makeup every month. So yeah, it's not easy to break the habit, especially if you're using it as a way to make yourself feel good when you're having a bad day, you're not feeling well, life is just crap at the moment, and you're like, well, I'm just gonna go in here and buy something because shopping makes me happy. That's a very hard habit to break. I know. So try with small goals, like this category of makeup, I am not gonna bring any more of that in this month or the next 3 months. And then if that was successful, bring in like another category of makeup and be like, that's gonna be added on to what you've already accomplished, and just keep going. It doesn't have to be, I was successful in 1 year by not buying anything. It doesn't have to be that. Doing it cold turkey is just not gonna happen unless you are one of those people that are lucky enough to just do crap like that. I wish I was one of them. But yeah, I struggled in the beginning, and if it wasn't for the people in my life that knew I was trying to not bring anything in, I couldn't spend money because I didn't have the money. I had to pay the bills. I mean, I always had to pay the bills, but I wasn't the only one bringing in an income into the household. I share this house with my aunts. We both own it. But when she was out of a job for a year, it took a toll on the bank accounts, and that is why my no buy was successful, really, because I couldn't spend the money. I didn't have it, but that didn't stop me from wanting things. So anyway, I just hope you won't beat yourselves up if it wasn't what you consider a success. Just keep trying. It will happen. It's just you're gonna have to figure out the ways that work for you. We're all different. We all have different circumstances. So please give yourself grace. And if what you did this year didn't work, try to find a different way to do it next year and see if that works. And like I said, just do like a little part. Don't do the whole thing at once. Just like gradually get there. And I think that will bring you success. I think that's everything. I want to thank you for giving me some of your time today and for your support all year. I found people who've been doing no buys for years give me some of the greatest advice to help me figure out my way of doing this. And I want to thank you all for doing that. And those of you who are just giving me support in the comments, like, Amy, you're doing great, you can do this. You have no idea, that actually gave me like, yeah, I can. I'm gonna make sure that they're not gonna be disappointed in me. I'm gonna prove I can do this. That helped me. So I want to thank you for that. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you're not already, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be trying to do more videos in 2025 and not just be panning. I think I'm only doing 4 panning projects this coming year, and I'm going to try to like bring in a little different stuff here and there. Me and my camera, we're not on good terms today. My battery died. So what I was saying is, if you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button. Give me the thumbs up. I will be doing some different things coming in 2025. There will still be makeup, but I want to like sprinkle in some other stuff as well. If there's anything you want to see from me, please don't hesitate to put it into the comments, and I will write them down and see what I can do. And with that, I want to say thank you again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.